guys, it's Inspirational Nails, and I'm coming to do part 2 to my last video, and I'll go ahead and post that in the description box. I don't know what it is about this video, but I have tried over and over and over again to videotape it, and it just does not want to come out. I actually recorded, I uploaded, I even posted, and when I watched it back, I was just like mortified. It was just so bad. I said certain things incorrectly and I was just like, oh, this is really bad. So I took it down and I'm refilming it again. And I felt like I just put too much content, and I really needed to kind of simplify. So with that said, with this video, I wish you can really see how gorgeous these nail pops look, because they are just spectacular. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to capture how gorgeous these are. I don't know though. Okay, so these that you see in front of you, these 5, this is a technique called burnishing. Now, I have made so many mistakes with this word. It is incredible. It is burnishing, and burnishing is a nail, it's a glitter technique, where you apply glitter onto the nails in kind of a impact, where you're kind of impacting the glitter into the nail surface, that the glitter becomes kind of smooth onto the surface. It's amazing. It's probably my favorite technique, and something that is so simple to do. I wish I would have known about this technique a long time ago, because it really has made a huge change in really applying glitter onto the nail. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. So what you see in front of you, I have 2 different types of glitter. Actually, I think it's 3 actually. So these 3 are from the same type of glitter. Okay, they're just 3 different colors. This one here actually is a shimmer polish. And I wanted to kind of show that you can create just so many looks. It doesn't matter what type of base that you use. Now, and then these 2 here, okay, are iridescent glitters. They're 2 different ones, and they're both on top of black, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So this is burnishing. I kept on saying varnishing. I have no idea why I kept saying that. It was horrible. It was really horrible, but I thought that would be a little funny for you guys. So let me move those 5 to the side. Okay, so these next 5 that I'm showing you, and I really went really close with the camera because I just want you to see how beautiful they look. They don't sparkle as much as they do when you see it. They sparkle so pretty in person. I really wish I can capture just how gorgeous they are. Let me see if I put one really close. You see that? Look at that. It's just so beautiful. This one's actually a holographic. Now this is sprinkling, okay? And again, you get such different effect with different glitters, whether it's a holographic, whether it's a iridescent, whether it's a metallic. You get just such a different look when you're applying a certain technique onto the nail. So I love it. And then these are all iridescent, and you can see how sparkly. Oh, sorry, camera's going wacko. These 3 are actually just like it's like a white iridescent. Okay, this one's actually a color iridescent. It's actually a blue base iridescent with blue iridescent glitter in it. And it's just gorgeous. I decided to put it on top of a blue, of course, because the base of the glitter is blue. So I just thought it would be nice to show these 2 techniques. There's so many other techniques, but I didn't want to just get too crazy with it. So with the video. So I'm just gonna kind of move back here and move these to the side. Now, what is really important are brushes. So the first set of brushes that I'm going to show you are brushes that you can use the burnishing technique. I have to think about when I say this word. It's crazy. So for the burnishing technique, this is an amazing brush. I'm a lefty, so I always have them this way when a lot of the wording is the other way around. So here is the Magpie glitter, and this is the applicator brush. Now, the applicator brush, this is an amazing brush to have. Definitely, you know, if you are unable to get this brush, I do have other alternatives that I'm going to show you that work really well as well. But this one is spectacular. It has a dome head on it, okay, which picks up the glitter effortlessly and applies it onto the nail effortlessly. So it just creates just like a smooth application onto the nail. And when you're burnishing, you're able to kind of do that circular motion technique onto the nail, and it just does exactly what it needs to do with the glitter in order to create that levelness that you need in order to create that technique. So this is an awesome, awesome brush. Now, if you're unable to get this, Magpie is international, and I always like to show other products that you maybe be able to get the same look using something else that you can maybe get locally. Just because, you know, sometimes people can't purchase internationally. So I really do want to show other types of brushes that you maybe be able to get locally. So both of these brushes are makeup brushes. So this one here, this is the make of this brush, and I just got this at a beauty supply store. And this one here, I don't think it's the same type of hair. I think this was probably maybe goat hair. I really don't know. I don't know what kind of hair is used for this brush from Magpie. But as you see, this is a white, it might be goat hair. But it definitely has that same dome head to it. It is smaller, but it works really, really well. I do like the way it actually picks up the glitter and it transferred it onto the nail, and you're able to use that circular motion, and it really does lay the glitter very well. So this is an option as well. Then there's this brush, and this is from True Beauty, and this is also a makeup brush. And as you see, this one is the one of those dome shapes that face down. I must say, next to my Magpie, this is my second favorite. Actually, they're very equal because I absolutely love this brush. I love the fact that it faces down. I absolutely love the fact that it has a flat head. Okay? And I don't know how to explain, you know, like the flat bristles. Anyways, you know, the bristles on this brush are really soft, but it also has a kind of firmness to it, just the same as the other brushes, and it applies the glitter perfectly. It burnishes. Oh my goodness. Anyways, at least I'm saying the word right. You guys got to give me some kudos for that. So using the burnishing technique, it really works really well. So this is just to give you some ideas on what brushes to use. Okay, so now on to the cleanup brush. I do not have the Magpie cleanup brush, but I do use this one. And this is just an art brush. I'm sorry. I have to keep turning it the other way. Let me see. Yeah. So here is who the brush is made by. And it's number 150. I'm not sure if it's 150 or the 8431. I think the size is 12. But I just got this at a local art store, and this brush has worked really well for me. I can't compare it to the Magpie brush because I don't have it, but this works really well for me. I use this with my glitters. I also use this with my pigments because you can see the discoloration of the brush. But it still works great, and I absolutely love it. So this is one alternative that you can use. You just want to really find a really good brush that, for me, I want to look at a couple things. One, that it's still soft and doesn't, you know, scrape the skin, but also firm enough where it's going to, you know, actually, you know, sweep that glitter away, whatever you want to call it. I call this my sweeper brush. That's what I just call it, whatever. So this is one option. Okay, a second option, which is really, really cheap, you can get it at the Dollar Tree, okay? And I love it. This is from Wet n Wild. This one is a makeup brush. And I absolutely love this brush. It's soft and it's pink, and I don't know, I love it, and it works so well when you're kind of, you know, taking the excess off your nail and taking all that excess glitter off. So this is also a great brush. Okay, and then the last one I have is this one. Is actually called, I love the name of this, it's called a fluffy mop. A fluffy mop. I love it. I also got this at the art store. I wonder if these are the same. No, it's not. So this is the make of this brush. And I also got this at an art store. And the bristles are just really, again, they have a kind of coarse type of bristle, but at the same time it's soft. I don't know. I know that doesn't maybe make much sense, but it just has both of them kind of put together. So that's that brush. Now on to when you're trying to, I guess, fade glitter, or if you're trying to layer maybe glitter on top, whether you're using different size of glitter, I would use a fan brush. Definitely, you know, fan brushes, depending on the type of, you know, hair it's made out of, if it's synthetic hair or, you know, goat hair or whatever the case may be. You will be able to utilize it in different ways. Like this one here, this one, let me show you. This is also from a local art store. And this one is definitely, you can hear it, definitely more coarse. And it's easy to brush off any excess glitter off the nail. Okay. And also to apply glitter, you know. Definitely these type of bristles, you're able to really kind of pick up very little bit of glitter, where you don't have to impact the brush so much of glitter, and when you put it on, it gets like just too overpowering what you're trying to do. So fan brushes are great for that use. So that's that one. I also have this one here, which is my favorite. I'm not sure, again, what hair is made out of, but it's actually catered to nails. This actually is a nail brush. Okay, and I've had this for years, and it's just it's a great brush. I use it for using acrylic paints, or I use it to use glitter. So very versatile. This one here, this was really cheap. I got this off of, I think eBay. It was a set, and it was only like, I think less than $2. That's how cheap it was. And this is a very soft bristles. And I actually like this for when I'm actually using paints or nail polishes to actually do that dry look. This actually works really well. So I hope that you got some something with me explaining these brushes. I'm sorry. But give you some ideas. There we go. Give you some ideas with different types of brushes. So with that said, I am going to move on to showing you the fun techniques, because that's the great part. Okay, so the first glitter that I'm going to show you on how to apply it with the burnishing technique is this one here. Isn't it gorgeous? This one is Blossom, and it is from Magpie. Okay, and I'm just going to open it up. And what you can do is you can always, dip some, dip some. You can always pour some into the cap, and it just makes it easier when applying. And I'm actually going to put it on this beautiful neon pink here. This neon pink, I'm trying to figure out who's it from. This neon pink is from guyz. It's absolutely gorgeous. The color is peace purple, actually. I don't know. I don't get purple when I see this. I see a very bright pink, but, it says purple, but it looks pink. Okay, so here is what I use in order to make my glitter stick onto my nails. Because I always use natural nails on myself, and I don't use gel, because gel is amazing because you have that tacky layer once you cure. And unfortunately on myself, I rarely use gel. So I needed something where I can still use and apply these techniques onto my natural nails. And I had to figure out, okay, what can I use? Well, the holy grail here is foil glue. I love this stuff. I mean, I use this for a lot of things. It is very useful, and it is just a huge staple to have if you are, a nail artist. I feel like you could create so many different things using this to make life a lot easier. You can even use this with stamping, believe it or not. If you have trouble applying your decals onto your nails, you can use this. So that's another little tip for my stampers out there who have trouble when trying to apply your decals onto your nails. Even if you're using it from the stamper itself, you can apply this onto your nails, wait till it gets tacky, and stamp it on your nails. So it really is a huge lifesaver in so many ways. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, it's not just for foil. It truly isn't. But of course, I use it for foil as well. And what I do is, of course, is just apply. I would say, you want to go at least twice onto the nail with your glue, just to give a really good tacky layer onto the nail. And you see it has that like blue translucent. It's hard to see it on the pink. Definitely when you do a darker color, the darker the color, you see that whole blue translucent hue on the nail. And what you do is you just wait until it completely is clear. Once it's clear, it is ready, and it is tacky. You can even touch it. You'll see it's tacky to the touch. You don't want to touch it, only because you don't want to hinder the tackiness once you actually let it, dry completely to where it's tacky enough to apply your glitter. So I normally would give it probably between 3 to 5 minutes so that it can get completely tacky, and then you can apply your glitter. So I'm just going to give this a few minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, so what you want to do is, once it is completely clear, is when you want to go ahead and apply your glitter. Okay, so now that I have my glitter in here, what you want to do is, I'm going to be using the Magpie applicator brush, and you want to make sure that you get that brush completely saturated with the glitter, okay? saturated. Is that saturated when it's dry? Or is that when it's just wet? Who knows? Okay. I don't know. I am just a mess and I don't care. This video is going up. I don't care. But anyways. I hope I make you guys laugh a little bit. Okay, anyways. So you want to load up your brush. There you go. Load it up, guys. Load it up. Make sure you get that brush loaded. And then you're just going to go ahead and start dabbing that glitter all over. And you see how that foil glue just attaches that glitter onto the nail? It's amazing. I love foil glue. Love it. Okay. And once I get that glitter all over, you want to make sure that you do not forget the side walls and that free edge and the cuticle area. That is really important. Once you have the whole thing coated, then what I normally do is I kind of tap off any excess glitter I have on the brush. Okay. And then what I do is I just start going, and I'm just going to zoom in here so you guys can see. I'm just going to go ahead and in a circular motion, start to really embed that glitter into that foil glue. And make sure, again, that you get the side walls, that free edge, and the cuticle area. Really important. Okay, and then once you see that it is adhering and it's leveling onto that nail, you know that you're getting that result that you want to see. Okay, so once I see that it looks good, okay, now you're going to go in with my sweeper brush and I'm just going to lightly brush off any excess glitter that's on the nail. Okay, look at that. I haven't even top coated. Look how sparkly that is. It's just amazing. And I'm going to go in with my favorite top coat, which is Sèche Vite. Now, if you're using just a normal top coat, it is important that you try to float that top coat onto the nail and not apply too much pressure with the top coat, just because you just get a better coat onto the nail, because it's going to really absorb that top coat into that glitter layer. So once you kind of have this coated really well, sometimes you, depending on what type of glitter you use on your natural nail, you might have to do 2 coats. Or even if you're using, you know, artificial nails, and you don't top with a gel top coat or, you know, anything of that nature. You just use the acrylic and you don't use a gel top coat, you just use a regular top coat. You want to make sure that you apply 2 coats if you're using certain types of glitters. Look at that. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Ah! Okay, so my magpie glitter just fell over. Okay, so I just want to show you in comparison to the other 2. Look at how gorgeous that is. Of course, this one is really, really sparkly right now just because I just top coated. And again, if you really want to have that more luxurious high shine, you probably do want to use a gel top coat. But again, as I said, I don't use gel on my nails, so I'm showing you guys how to do this with just using top coat. Just regular top coat. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to be showing you guys is a sprinkling technique. And for trying to apply the glitter using the sprinkling technique, you do want to have some type of tray or card or something that you can easily transfer back the glitter into whatever pot that it came out of. So I kind of just use this type of card here from the paint section at Home Depot. So you want to make sure that it is nice and clean and doesn't have any other glitter all over it if you're going to transfer that glitter back. You don't have to, but you do waste a lot of glitter when you are sprinkling. So if you want to try to keep whatever you've lost, you really want to have some type of tray so that you can fill up the pot back up. So for this one, I've already applied my foil glue. Okay, and I'm actually going to be sprinkling with this amazing glitter from Magpie again. And this one is called Tiffany. Okay, and I'm just going to open the bottle. Now, when you are sprinkling, you're going to sprinkle directly onto the nail. And trying to do this while talking to you guys, and again, I already have that tacky layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap the bottle and sprinkle the glitter all over the nail until I get a pretty good coat onto the nail. Now, once you have the whole nail pretty much covered, okay, actually you see how the side walls, it's really important to make sure that you get that whole nail covered. Okay. Okay. So now once you have the whole nail covered, you're going to go in with your cleanup brush, okay, your fluffy brush, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to just lightly start to pull off any excess glitter that has not attached itself to the foil glue. And you want to take your time with this because you want to make sure that it comes out leveled. You know, that's kind of what you want it to do. Okay, and then once you see that you have kind of all the excess glitter off, look at that. Look, the camera is going crazy. Okay, now you see how much glitter I wasted right here. So of course, since I put it on this little card, it's easily to kind of just, what I do is I kind of just take a little sweeper brush here and sweep it all to the middle, and I kind of scoop it up to the front here, and I get my little pot here, and then I just pour what I didn't use. And I will tell you that that is a lot of glitter that you would be wasting that you can use on other nails. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, then of course, you know, you do what you feel is best. Okay. And I'm just closing my little jar back up. Okay, now, again, same thing. You're going to take your top coat. If you're using just a normal top coat, you want to definitely make sure you really pick up a lot of top coat and float the glitter. I mean, float it over the glitter. Okay. And I'm already getting empty on this bottle, so it's kind of hard to do that. It's kind of hard to pull up this top coat. Okay, and then once you get it top coated, It's just gonna sparkle so pretty. Make sure you get that free edge and those side walls, which is really important. Sometimes you're going to get glitter onto your, your brush. So you just want to make sure that you maybe clean it off on a lint-free wipe, or, something that you can clean it off a towel or anything of that nature. Okay. And look at that. My camera doesn't even know how to respond. It's just gorgeous. And this is the sprinkling technique. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So on to the next. Okay, so the next technique that I'm going to be showing you guys, or actually it's the same technique I used in the first one, which is the burnishing technique, but this time I'm going to be applying it over a black nail polish using an iridescent. So the iridescent one that I'm going to be using is this one here by Glitter, and it's a gold ultra fine, so it's really fine. It's actually this one right here, and I want to show you how this looks when you're applying it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. As you see, it's beautiful. Look at it. My camera's going crazy because it just doesn't know how to react. Okay. So I've already have my pop stick ready. It is still drying. You can see that there's still a blue hue from the foil glue, and I still have to wait probably about another minute or two for it to completely be clear and ready to apply the glitter. So we're just going to give this another minute or two, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have already opened the glitter pot, and I've poured some into the little cap here. Okay, and for this one, instead of using the Magpie applicator, I'm actually going to be using the makeup brush, the True Beauty, the one that kind of has that angled where it faces down and that flat kind of bristle head that it has on it. Okay, because I want to show you how this looks. It gives just the same type of technique, the same type of look using that technique with the whole burnishing technique. Okay, so with that said, my pop stick is ready. Okay, and I'm just going to go in, and again, make sure that you load up your brush. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm going to dab all over with the glitter. Make sure you get the side walls, that free edge, and make sure to get that cuticle area. Okay, and then once you have it completely covered, I'm just going to, kind of knock off that excess off. And then I'm going to go in and start using the burnishing technique, which is just basically a circular motion on top of that glitter, and it kind of embedding itself into that foil glue to level off. And once you get it fully covered, it's just amazing. Look at how this looks. It's just, I love it. Definitely my favorite technique. Okay, and then once I'm satisfied, I'm just going to take my little sweeper here and just lightly sweep off any excess glitter. Okay, and then I haven't even top coated, and look how gorgeous that is. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead with my Shush Feet top coat. And again, just like I've said in all the previous ones I've done, is you want to load up that brush, and you want to, just float that top coat onto the nail. Ooh, I put a lot on there. Okay, and then make sure you Get all the free edge, the side walls. And look at that. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. I put a lot of on this one here. I made sure I loaded up that glitter onto the nail. It's just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just going to show you again some close-up of these swatches. Here is that amazing burnishing look using iridescent glitter on a black base. So pretty. Okay, here are the three that I used, the Blossom from Magpie, and on more of a, different type of colors. They're just gorgeous. I absolutely love that pink. That pink, it's amazing. I don't know why it's called purple, but it definitely looks pink to me. Okay, here is some pop sticks using the sprinkling method. And these are all iridescent on top. And again, it's sprinkled. Okay, and here are the other three that I used the sprinkling technique. This one is a chunky hollow. That was the one that I demoed with Tiffany from Magpie. Okay, this one is a hollow as well, the middle one. It's actually, I think it's Gina from Magpie over a red. Okay, but this one here is actually a sprinkled, but it's iridescent. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you definitely got some tricks, or something that you can utilize, maybe some ideas, or maybe some in regards to the brushes, to give you an idea in regards to these type of techniques, whether it's varnishing or sprinkling using your glitters. I'm not sure why this was such a hard video to complete, but until the next one, bye guys.